What's up? This is Robert from Existence First, mental training for a modern world. In today's mental training, I'll be talking about how to be logical in order to have a better day. How to use math, simple math, to gain control of your environment. I'll give you a perfect example. Last night, my sleep was interrupted by the fire alarm going off in this apartment building. There was no fire. I think someone was just smoking, but it is what it is. Now, there are two ways to react to that. Number one, you could fall into the victim frame and think, oh, because of somebody else, I'm not getting my sleep, and now I'm not going to have a good day, blah, blah, blah. Or you can take the path that I took yesterday, which is you start using numbers and calculations to control your environment. This is a technique I used, or technique I learned from Tai Lopez, famous entrepreneur, who talks about using the calculator on your phone multiple times throughout the day in order to solve problems and make predictions. It's very simple. So where do we start with? Number one, how much sleep did I miss? I missed 1 hour. Where did I log that? My new 24-hour planner. So I have a planner that is 24 hours. I never understood those planners that start at 8 a.m. and end at 6 p.m. It's like, well, there's more hours in the day. So I bought a planner that is more in alignment with reality. After all, there are 24 hours in a day. So what I did is I wrote at the 1 o'clock slot, I said, woke up due to fire alarm, drew an arrow and blocked out the whole hour, because that's how much time I couldn't fall asleep. Now, why am I doing that? Not just for record keeping, but it tells my mind that, boom, this thing happened, and this is how much time it took. It's important to see that, because then your mind can ask, all right, where do I make up for this time? Do I sleep in another hour? Do I take an hour-long nap? What do I do? You can't just fly by the seat of your pants and think that the universe is just going to give you your answer or whatever. This thing happened and now you need to address it. You need to come up with a solution for it. So what was my solution? Doubling my caffeine intake in the morning. So this is a pre-workout powder, right? I didn't want to sleep in and skip my workout, so I took my pre-workout powder. This is actually the same one that is used by Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. It's got amino acids for your muscle growth, as well as 100 milligrams of caffeine. 100 milligrams. That's about as much caffeine as you would get in a cup or a cup and a half of coffee. So I had that, then I did my workout, and then I had one of these, V8 energy drink. This has another 80 milligrams. So 100 plus 80, now I'm at 180 milligrams. Last note about this caffeine is that in the past, I've tried to do one energy drink in the morning and then kind of feel it out at lunchtime if I need another one or not. That does not work, because when you drink that one at lunchtime, then it disrupts your sleep because it's too late in the day. So what I did is I bundled all my caffeine in the morning, and I took double what I usually do. So it carried me through the whole day, and I actually had quite a good day. Now, when I got to work, I had a meeting, and at this meeting I said, all right, guys, I know I originally said this meeting would be 1 hour. We have to do it in 40 minutes. And there was a reason for that, but I said we have to do it in 40 minutes. But when I said that, people responded, and it actually turned out to be one of the more efficient meetings that I've had recently. But it all started with a quantity. It started with a number, a set amount. It said 40 minutes. The human being is the only species on the planet that can say, this meeting is going to be 40 minutes. Human being is the only species on the planet that can say, I consumed 180 milligrams of caffeine today, and I did it between these hours, right? Human being is the only species on the planet that can say, I missed 1 hour of sleep between this time and this time, right? So the problem with psychology these days is that you go to any college campus, right? I majored in psychology, and a bunch of the psychology majors claim that they are not numbers people, they're not math people. And so they're terrified of the statistics class that they're required to take to graduate with a degree in psychology. And then when they work in the field of psychology, they don't use numbers. Like, how does that happen? It's because of this brain here that we all have that we're able to use numbers. And numbers, like I said, allow us to control our environment, which then influences our own experience. So I think that we, as human beings, need to take more pride in our mind, more pride in our brain, because it allows us to influence our experience, to become happier. No species on the planet has as much of a chance as human beings do at influencing their own psychology, their own subjective experience, their own quality of life while on this planet. So take pride in it, right? Take pride in your mind. Last announcement before the end of this video. This weekend, the weekend of January 23rd and 24th, I'll be speaking at a conference called Evolution of Consciousness. It's an online virtual conference. There's a really great lineup of speakers. I'll be speaking about mental and emotional management, especially in difficult times. So yeah, you don't want to miss this. If that event sounds interesting to you, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram at Existence First, and I'll see what I can do to get you into that conference. Think deeply and put your existence first.